right, guys, welcome into another edition of the Dumb Marks podcast. One gotta go, and we were off last week, so we'll do the results from the week before. It was Jason's week for goat rappers. The fans voted Jay-Z off, and I think we were kind of surprised whenever we were talking about this, who they were going to vote off. We thought we were going to catch some flack for Jay-Z being voted off.
But the fans voted him off too.
Yep,
This is disrespectful. I ain't listening to the lyrics. I ain't listening to the words.
I know. In my polling, the Biggie, the Biggie and Tupac was all the older people. The Nas and Jay-Z was all the younger people. So that's how my votes was transported by age.
The younger people voted him off.
No. The younger people just voted between Jay-Z and Nas.
Oh,
that was it. The older people voted between Tupac and Biggie.
Interesting.
So that was the separation.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Age for mines.
All right. So it's Halloween today. So figured go in on a One Gotta Go Halloween edition. Donald, this is more up your alley. Highest grossing horror film franchises. We got The Conjuring universe. Right now they're at 9 films. Alien at 8 films. Resident Evil has 10 films. But I think they're counting anime in there.
The anime ones, yeah.
And then it has 2 films. These are in order: Conjuring top, then Alien, Resident Evil, and then it. But with the new Saw movie out, something tells me Saw and it was like right neck and neck. Saw could overtake the it franchise. So, Donald, you're a resident horror person. Why don't you kick us off?
Very interesting to see that these are the highest film franchises. Knowing like the big boys were out there, like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Scream. Like those 4 themselves could be in a One Gotta Go themselves. So I
wonder if we would count inflation, if that would differ.
You
know, like
it probably would.
Like how they always do, like Gone with the Wind is the top because of inflation. You know.
Okay. I wasn't expecting to see Alien on here.
And they do classify Alien as a horror / sci-fi.
Okay.
They do. But yeah, I mean, I watch probably everything in here. Resident Evil is good as a video game. The movies were terrible. The first one and the second one were probably the best, and all the animated films are very good too. But by the live action, if you go from 3 to 6, they were some of the worst films ever. I love the Conjuring universe. There probably was maybe about 2 bad films in that, but I enjoyed that. It films, those are the remakes, so those aren't the TV ones. Very, very good movies. The second one really could have been cut down. They did the same stuff in the first one. Alien, to be truthful, I only watched the first Alien movie, and for me, I'm not a big Alien person, like just aliens in general. That's not my classification in horror, all that. So I'm gonna get flack for it. Alien gotta go. I'm not into aliens.
Okay. Hey.
Okay, I've never seen it off bat. I didn't know there were 9 Conjuring films, and I only got to 2. The Conjuring 2.
This includes what? The Nun?
They include the Nun, Annabelle,
all that.
Professor Lala Yorda, like all of them are the Conjuring universe.
I've maybe seen 2. Alien, I've seen more of anything on here. Resident Evil, I made just like 3 and I was tapped out. Like you said, that might be some of the worst acting, some of the worst movies. Other than their what do you call it? Is it considered anime?
And like CGI.
Other than like the CGI, they're fairly decent, but as a whole, Resident Evil got to go. I think I only watched for Michelle Rodriguez, and that was it. The only reason.
She was only a 2.
There you go.
The first 2, or
I stopped at 3.
The first one, first and the 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Steve says, haven't watched a single Conjuring or Resident Evil movie. It stays. Only watched the first Alien and Predators versus Aliens. But for him, Resident Evil gotta go.
I have a feeling.
And yeah, I'm gonna keep it going on here. You know, out of all of these, I haven't seen every film in all these, but I've dabbled in a little bit of each. But Resident Evil is probably some of the worst I've ever watched. So I'm gonna go with it with Resident Evil being
Yeah.
the one to go.
And the new one that they started, Welcome to Raccoon City, to reboot it, was even worse than the films that were worse.
I think we did video games movies and that got voted off too.
And the Netflix adaptation, that's a whole nother story.
I didn't get too far in. I was 2 episodes in and I didn't mind it. But then I
didn't see any of that. So
Man.
Okay.
I watched that just because it was Resident Evil, because I'm a big Resident Evil fan, and man, I was about to chew on some glass. That's how bad it was. I think that would have been comfortable been watching those 10 episodes. That's how bad it was.
all right, so there you go. Highest grossing horror film franchises. Happy Halloween. Go out, do your trick-or-treating, pass out candy to the kids, watch some scary movies tonight, do whatever. But make sure you vote on all our social medias this week on our polls and let us know which one of these gotta go.
Boom. Boom.